A live look at Hard Rock Stadium. Your college football Saturday continues with a great showdown here on EA Sports. It's the James Madison Dukes and the Miami Hurricanes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, the Dukes head coach told me some great information before the game. He knows that they are not one of the Power Four conferences, but they are here to prove they can compete with anyone. His team is fired up and ready to prove they are just as good as this top-ranked team. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And the Hurricanes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So James Madison's offense onto the field for the first possession of the game. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc.
And if we're just being honest, this is every offensive coordinator and quarterback's worst nightmare. When you've got an offensive line with a lot of inexperienced young players and freshmen going up against a D-line, David, with this type of talent, with this type of experience and explosiveness, they chew up O-lines and spit them out daily, and you know they're looking their chops.
Bro, it's funny how you look at it from the offensive perspective, and immediately defensively, I'm like, it's hunting season. Like, we're going hunting, and here's the thing, we're going to find those freshmen up front. Like, that's the matchups that we got to make sure we dominate. So a great defensive line against some tough matchups on this offensive side.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. He's got it on the right. Pushes ahead for one. It's 2nd and 9. All right, guys, let's look big picture at James Madison. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program. But when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and then they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Dukes have this offense rolling. Fires to the tight end. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll go to the counter. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Going for it all. Catch inside the 25. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. And the Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. Got his man. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Handoff to the lone back. And they're able to get him on the ground. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Quick release by the QB. Touchdown, James Madison. A great catch and run for 6. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
on the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Miami Hurricane offense takes the field, and they'll have their first possession. Going up against a secondary that has had its struggles, and he'll look to exploit them in this one. Looking for space. It's Fletcher. Breaks the tackle. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. He lets it fly. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Hurricanes will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Not a lot of room to field this one. He gets a block. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Runs through the tackle. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Here's a heat. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Going to try to get it himself. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. DB's right up on the receivers. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the 1st down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove. He's doing a nice job in crease now. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That
could be an alley. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. The Duke trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 2nd and goal for the offense. One man moving toward the end zone, and fumble! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that's hard to swallow. You're in scoring position. You got set up perfectly inside the 5-yard line. Everything looking good. You can't fumble the football. You got to take care of it. Man, what a missed opportunity for this offense.
We've come to the break, and James Madison is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Quarterback making adjustments. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later. And
there he goes. Makes it past the marker. He's got enough for the first down at the 14-yard line, and no matter what happens on this drive, just getting out of jail in your own end is a win. This time he wants to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. So now it's 2nd and long. Mensah. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Swatted away and broken up. A great play there by the DB.
And so far, he looks a little bit rattled at the quarterback spot. Just not settled in, not fully comfortable. And you got to say the defense has done good, and they have taken away what they've wanted to do so far. But he's got to find some answers in this offense. Find some guys, find some matchups that he wants to exploit.
And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fletcher. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll come to the line needing 4 yards for a first down. They're already 2 for 2 on this drive. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Here comes the Dukes offense, and we'll see what they have schemed up. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Off the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Keller. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Punts it out of the air. He's not going to make it to the sticks. And what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country. And the Dukes line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Fires it down the seam. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Throwing, Mensah. He's going for a big play downfield. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Might be calling a hot route. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. It's complete to the right. Runs through a man. He might have space. He got loose. Almost housed it. Finally dragged down at the 32. The Canes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Got 4 receivers spread across the field, 3 on the right on 2nd and 4. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. He wants to throw it again. Here's the pressure. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Now rolling to the left. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. To the ground, he's got it again. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. A promising start to this drive. They've moved the chains a couple of times. Now they've got it first down at the 41. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got rid of it just in time. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Pulls it on the option. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. A lot of ball handling goes on in the option, but after you pull it, you got to make sure you take care of it.
Because you're going to be in the teeth of the defense, right, Reese? I mean, if you pull that football, you're still in the center of the field where all those big D linemen and linebackers are living, so you got to be extra careful with your ball.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down, and they swarm him under. So Miami signals for a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Here's Mensah to throw. He caught it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house it, but the defense tackles him at the 3. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. They'll try to get it in with the run. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Took a shot as he threw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some...
Makes a grab and room to run. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. To the air on first down. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Here comes the heat. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. At time as both teams head into the locker room, we're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 17 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's the Buckeyes looking to make it 3 straight victories to start the new year. So far, so good. They lead this one in the first half. Here now, a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the ACC. Now back to your game at Hard Rock Stadium. This defense has set the tone through 2 quarters of football. They've drawn a line in the sand, and they've held it. It's why they'll take a lead into the second half, and it could be why they come away with a big victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Hard Rock Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Just about set to get this second half underway. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Holly, what did you find out coming from the locker room?
The Hurricanes head coach told me at the half they understand all of the hype and excitement surrounding their wide receiver, and they are trying to get him the ball, but it just hasn't gone that way so far in this game. I know they want to target him here early, try to regain some of that confidence and momentum. We'll see if he can get into a rhythm with his quarterback here to start the third. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Mensah. Makes the grab. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Offense will try to get some momentum going on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and 1 play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it along the sideline. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. And the Hurricanes are flying down the field. Quarterback making checks. Throwing, Mensah. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Wants to throw on first down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Oh, if only he wore a half-size smaller shoe, maybe he keeps that foot in bounds and complete in the end zone. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The run inside. It's Fletcher. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Canes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Makes a catch. Touchdown, Hurricane. They take the lead here in the 2nd half. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay a big difference.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. A tackle. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a miss.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. And the Dukes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes. Open it up. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Here on 2nd and 9, sends 3 receivers to the right. He might want another play. Here's Mensah to throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Wrestled out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 7-yard line, and this offense is more than threatening. And the Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal coming up. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Canes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he puts through the extra point. Coming out with it, it's Scott. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They'll leave it with the lone back. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, they go with a toss play, and you see the patience this running back has. I love when he has the ball in his hands. He's just able to sort of feel out where defenders are. He's able to see the hole open up. Once he sees it, puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield. Nice carry.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll give it to the back. Got a little grass. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. The Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap, try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
I think the thing that's so impressive about this defense, it's not just the athleticism and the ability to get to the quarterback, it's the variety of the ways they can do it. Sometimes it's a 4-man rush, sometimes it's a 3-man rush, sometimes it's all-out blitz. But with the speed they have, especially...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, looking to pass. He unleashes a long one. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Off to the races. Into the house. Touchdown, Dukes. The Dukes answer right back with a touchdown.
You know, there's some plays where you just have to have it if you're going to have a chance to win a game, and that was one right there for the offense, David. 4th down, and they come up with a massive touchdown, a big-time play to cut into this lead. There's still time left on the clock, but they have a lot of momentum on their side right now.
And how deflating is that for this defense, man? You got them in 4th down. You got the lead. You've got it everything right where you want it. You could almost end the football game, and you give up the big play and momentum back to the other side. That's a terrible play for this defense.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. 9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Might as well stick with him. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. First down here as we dive into the college football season, a Week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Mensah. Quickly out to the tight end. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds. Brody for a good pickup on that one. He was really beating himself up over that interception and that loss last week. I know he's thrown a pick in this one, but he's looked much more certain.
And what you ask quarterbacks to do nowadays and how much you put on their plate, one mistake is okay. Those usually aren't the ones that are going to kill you. So one mistake, back-to-back weeks, that's fine. You just can't make multiple, but the team's winning this week, which is the most important stat that he cares about.
Running inside, it's Fletcher. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line in this defense, hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Throwing, Mensah. Right on the money. At the 20, he's got space. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Miami! That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season. And the extra point is Crew, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Fielded in the end zone. It's Scott. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Hey, guys, down here on the James Madison sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Pressure coming. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. Quickly complete. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Obviously, they fail on that 4th down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play and get the ball back to the offense?
Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times when you go back and you revisit these games, who takes advantage of these opportunities in the red zone, in these goal-to-go situations? Bad job on 1st down by this offense.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They've converted 3rd downs all day long, and now a chance to get a touchdown on 3rd and goal. They've got the screen set up. Touchdown, Hurricane! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
What a difference a change of scenery makes, right? I mean, they went into a hostile environment. They lost their first game, but they've rebounded beautifully. And I think coming back, playing in front of their home crowd really has impacted this game, and it's gotten them back to 500.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Scott. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. James Madison's offense comes out ready to get this drive going. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Wants to take it outside. It's Fletcher. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Here's Mensah to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Quarterback may change this route. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Canes will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession.
Lofts one high and deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, James Madison.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Oh, better look out! Turning it on! Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they used their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. That'll be a first down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.